Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I will be doing a daily updates until Thursday. So, fires, let's go right to the Hermit's Peak. The Hermit's Peak has 320,000 acres, 70% contained, and 2,000 personnel. The Hermit's Peak has a red flag warning that remains from noon today to 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time this evening. Southwest to west 20 to 25 mile per hour winds with occasional to around 35. Humidity 7 to 15% Tuesday afternoon. Any fires that develop will likely spread rapidly. Outdoor burning is not recommended. So we have a red flag warning for Montezuma, which is the closest large-ish city to where this fire is. The fire growth potential is minimal to low. So here is some contact information if you're near this fire or have family that is near this fire. Let's go talk about the Black Fire. So it has 312,000 acres, 46% contained, and 962 personnel. Fuels, we have short grass, timber grass, litter, and understory. So, here's the weather for Silver City in New Mexico. We have minimal to low, temperature 92 at the peak with the UV index still being a 10, wind east at 6, wind gusts pretty high at 25 actually. Air quality is 35, which is good, but that is probably due to the minimal dew on this system. And then let's look at the contact info. Here's the contact information for the fire. Let's go right to airports. So airports, we have 5,000 total delays and rising. We have 844 total U.S. delays and rising. We have 1,700 total cancellations and rising. And we had 274 U.S. cancellations and rising. We have major delays for John Wayne Airport, Orange County Airport in Santa Ana, or SNA. We have the Billings Airport, Milwaukee, and Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Departure and arrival delays. We had the Charlotte Douglas International, the LaGuardia, and Philadelphia, due to some rain that is moving into those areas. So let's do the National Hurricane Center. So we have in the southwestern Caribbean Sea, disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the southwestern Caribbean Sea in association to a trough of low pressure. Gradual development of the system is possible while it drifts northwestward near the coast of Nicaragua and Honduras, and it could become a tropical depression like this week if the disturbance remains over water. Regardless of development, this system could produce periods of heavy rainfall across portions of eastern Nicaragua and eastern Honduras late this week. 48 hours, low 20%. 5 days, medium at 40%. So here is the GFS forecast for the next 120, for the next 72 hours, because once we have a better possibility. But we have the three systems, one in the Caribbean, possible Hurricane Bloss, which we will talk about that, and Infest 93E. So let's go right into the Eastern Pacific. So the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on newly formed Tropical Depression 2E, located a few hundred miles south of the southwest coast of Mexico. And off of the coast of Central America, showers and thunderstorms off the coast of Central America associated with a trough of low pressure have become better organized overnight. Further development of this system is possible while it drifts northwestward, and it could become a tropical depression during the next couple of days. Environmental conditions are forecast to become less conducive for development by the end of the week. Regardless of development, locally heavy rains are possible across portions of Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, and southern Mexico during the next 7 days. Formation chance through the next 48 hours is a medium at 40, and through the next 5 days is a medium at 50. So, here is 2E, the GFS run. For 6Z, the radar GFS run. Here is the latest satellite imagery for 2E. So the model intensity, we do have a category 2, but the National Hurricane Center is showing right on the category line, so we might have Hurricane Blas, but we will have Tropical Storm Blas. And then, so we see some tracks possibly moving into the Baja California, but it most likely won't. So we might have some hurricane force winds off of the coast of Mexico. Same for 50 knot winds with 58 mile per hour. And then tropical storm force winds, we may have about 10% chance to get some on the coastline, to get some tropical storm force winds on the coastline. So in VESA 93E, we have it possibly making landfall and then possibly developing into a decent strange storm. We do see some pretty a lot of convection in some of this system, but not really much circulation within the system. I meant to change that to VESA 93E. I meant to change this one also to VESA 93E, but we are seeing the few models that have the SHIP, the NNIC, and the DSHP models going into tropical storm strength, with the IVCN and the LGEM models saying it'll just be a depression. So here's the GFS forecast radar for the next 120 hours. We do see Blas, possibly what's the be named storm for the Atlantic. I do not know at this specific moment, but forming and moving into the Atlantic. And then we do have the other system after that, after Blas. But let's look at the severe weather prediction. The Central Pacific has nothing. The severe weather prediction, we do see some storms today for Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, and Omaha. And then we do see some in North Dakota and Minnesota. Tornado, we have a tornado risk for the Mid-Atlantic and for Omaha, Nebraska, Iowa, and a very small portion of Missouri. So wind, we have a 15% chance. Really where the slight risk is for Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, and Omaha, with some larger areas in the 5%, Atlanta, Georgia, Madison, Wisconsin, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hail, we have 5% for Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, and Atlanta, Georgia. For 15%, we have Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, Rochester, Minnesota, and Sioux City, Iowa. So here is the RGM model for today. We do see some scattered summer storms strengthening with with a wave of storms moving off of the coast. So let's look at the day 2. We had the enhanced risk for Rochester, Eau Claire, LaCroix, Wasau, and Winona, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. And then slight risk, we have St. Paul, Madison, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Green Bay. For marginal risk, we have Baltimore, Charlotte, Milwaukee, Washington, D.C., and Kansas City. Tornado risk, we have 10% and significant severe. We have Rochester, Eau Claire, LaCroix, Rosal, and Winona. 5%, we have Madison, Des Moines. You guys can read the rest. Here is the wind outlook. Here is the hail outlook. And here is the OJ model outlook. It ain't an outlook, but you know what I mean. So, severe weather prediction for day 3. We have some moving into New England, but let's look at the OJ model at this specific moment. Not really much, but of course this is longer out. So we may have some more information on the system. But the flooding outlook. So we have some slight risks, at least 15% for flash flooding in some areas. Tomorrow we have at least 5%, and then no probability. So the Halau'umaa'u lava lake observation, eruptions of lava from the Halau'umaa'u western vent into the active lava lake and ooze out onto the crater floor have continued over the past 24 hours. The active lava lake has shown continuous surface activity with lava lake levels stable over the last 24 hours, remaining below overflow. Minor lava ooze-out activity has continued along the northern edge of the crater floor. Overflight measurements on May 10th, 2022 indicated that the crater floor had seen a total rise of about 106 meters or 348 feet, and that 77 million cubic meters or 20 billion gallons of lava had been effused since the beginning of the eruption on September 29th, 2021. So that is your daily update. I accidentally put June 9th instead of June 14th. But have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye and stay safe.